Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today, and again, I don't know if enjoyed is ever the right word, but we enjoyed Tomatin scotch.
Yeah, yep.
Sure did.
Yeah, I would have liked tomato
Tomato juice. There you go.
Yeah.
Looks like a few people are here, Mr.
We
Magazine.
got a bunch out the box here. Lovely Lori is always in the house. Marvelous Michael as well. And we have Good Guide Guru.
Say that five times fast.
I'm sure you're a good guy. Good Guide Guru. Awesome AJ 13. And looks like we got Super See the Lights. And Marvelous Michael. And Guide Guru's got a lot to say, but let's see what AJ's talking about here. This sounds like some serious stuff here.
Have you ever been suspended on Amazon because they say you are connected to a company you have never heard of? I submitted an appeal and they said, prove you don't know this other company.
Why would they care that you're connected to a company, though?
Well, it must be one of those things. What I'm wondering is if somebody else wasn't at that address. Did you recently move to an address, or do you have any shady friends who came by and would have used your IP address? And
so location or IP address from a past customer, someone kind of
somebody
overlapped or something.
Yep,
wow.
Yep. Somebody or other else that would have had a problem with Amazon.
Well, let me ask you a question. How do they know that? Why do they care if you're doing everything right?
Because they think they might think you're associated with that other person that there was a problem with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I've heard various
there's Amazon lawyers on there. If you can find, you can Google them. They have ways of helping you out. I've never done it, but I thought about doing it at certain points, but might be worth a shot if they know.
Depending upon what dollar amount.
Yeah,
and everything
you can. I think you can go on there. I forget the name of the law firm, but you can tell them your issue, and then I'm sure they know all about it. And they can tell you how they can fix it. And I'm sure there's a cost involved, but it might be worth it, obviously, for the amount of money that you're going to lose by not selling on there. Sure.
Yeah. So they're probably tracing the IP or the location. And one of the problems that I've heard about are people that live in an apartment house, and you're in apartment 8.
Yeah.
And there's some bum in apartment 2 ripping people off, and then all of a sudden they see the address and they think that you're associated with it.
Yeah. And the problem is, I don't think calling them would even help you. I think it's more or less you got to find the right email address to get to the right Amazon department that can help you that way. Because the people on the phone won't even know what to do. I'm going to tell you that right now, and you won't be able to understand them. Yeah, seriously.
Yep. No, it's everything is done by a computer. Absolutely, everything is done by a computer. Yep.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that. Definitely
scary stuff.
It's very scary stuff. Yeah.
If it happened to me, I'd be laying off people. I just have no choice.
Yep. There you go. That's all we got nowadays. Times are tough.
All right. Triple J's in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Cool Carl. Cool is the other side of the pillow. How's it going? Marvelous Merity. And I'm not going to say Jeff. I'm going to come up with a J word. And I can't say Juicy Jeff. Just in time Jeff. You're here just in time, Jeff. How's that sound?
Well, Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, Jazzy Jeff is good too. I don't want to get sued by Will Smith or slapped in the face.
Wow.
Totally Thomas is in the house. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels. Local Joe Losi. How's it going, bud? Well, we got a full crew tonight. Not Lovely Lewis.
Hoser alert. Nice.
Marvelous Michelle. And Rock On Ron is in the house as well. So let's go back up here and see what we can talk about.
Oh, we're going to talk about sales in a minute. But
there's a lot to say tonight. Apparently.
I'm cherry picking postcards and it cost me more. That's
the way to go, honestly.
Yep. That's
no death piles.
Yeah. He's jumping the gun on our main topic today. So
sorry.
No, that's good though. It's good though. Talk amongst yourself. He took notes. That's the important thing.
All right. The test. I think the test is working. Appreciate that, and bring some stuff down at some point.
Yep. Alrighty. And no, nothing. Is some random company out of the blue did not move and same address and number for years.
That's crazy.
That is really, really crazy. Then, the only other thing I can think of is somebody somewhere or other stole your identity. Oh. Unfortunately, that's the only other thing I can.
My old pal Joe Manerick's in the house. What's up, pal? I just got back from the trip, so I'm gonna look for those showcases. I could probably do it tomorrow for you, and I'll hit you up and see what I got for you.
All righty, we'll get into the show like we do.
After we talk about Marvelous Matthew, we will talk about the show.
There you go.
Appreciate that. And we are ready.
So how are sales for everybody out there? We're getting into late January. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
I'm amazed that I don't know how many weeks in a row, but my Amazon or my eBay is outselling Amazon by like 30-40%. So
where do you have more items at?
Amazon.
Okay.
We got about 300,000 on Amazon and almost 200,000 on eBay, but for 4 weeks in a row, eBay's been crushing it. Again, we have these unique items that we're putting on eBay. We're finally getting around to listing high-end autographs, high-end comics, and and that's the thing. They're going to sell at some point. We put them on sale. We take offers where Amazon, you don't have that luxury. You can put a comic on for $100 and it may never sell. So right now we're taking advantage of eBay and going with that.
Or you could put a comic on for $4.12 and get a high-priced
Exactly.
alert and never sell.
You can. That is true. You can do that. We get lots of those all the time. Popular Popeyes in the house. What's going on?
Hey, Popeyes.
Oh,
sales
Triple J. I love that. That's a word my mom used all the time. Yep.
Oh, crapolas doesn't sound like a positive word.
No, definitely not. No.
Sounds slow like down a bit.
Sounds like an old record player. Crapola.
Yeah. I think I owned one of those. Wow. Sales slow down a bit. Yeah. See how everybody else's sales are doing.
Oh, Marvelous Matthew. There we go. Yep. Totally Thomas.
Would not let me bid as I need a phone number. However, they said they already have my number. That sounds like a glitch of the week there.
Yeah, you should buy from Papercoin and hopefully that'll work out for one of you two.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Moving along. Michael's in the house. What's going on?
First time caller. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll listen off air. That's what they always say. First time, long time.
Yeah. Cool, Kelly.
Sales are up 35%.
And that's right where my eBay numbers are right now, and I can't argue with that. And we're going to shoot for even higher. We got some good stuff coming back. I'm getting certified by CGC, by JSA, so hopefully our numbers will get up to 50. That's my goal.
Wow, that's my goal too. $50, and that'd be a good year.
Yeah. All right. Powerful Paul's in the house. What's going on? Lovely Linda made it, as always. Eric, how's it going? The E's are killing me.
Band leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Royalty-free music, though, unfortunately. One record day last week, but since then, crap. I cannot complain. My sales are good on eBay. Sales are good. I listed a bunch of good stuff, and again, that makes a big difference on there. Listing good stuff. Cannot complain on that side. On the other places, I did sell one postcard on Vivs-Views. Etsy, ever since the beginning of the year, I've been hitting it hard, listing 2 items a day. And apparently I crashed their website and nobody can find it to buy my items. That must be what's going on. So I sold one item in the last week.
You got to slow down. Go back to the listing 1 item a day. I think you're better off there because expectations were lower. Now expectations are higher and it's backfiring. No, you got
it really is. It's amazing how bad it is right now.
For sure.
Sales are up and down. Okay. And a $1,200 day.
Wow.
Nosedive since. Okay. But I did sell 1 book on Biblio. So Biblio is in Fuego. Sales been great except for yesterday. 2 sales picked back up today, though. I'll limit my comments. I can be a chatty Cathy. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We have one of the 2 of us is a chatty Cathy. We'll just leave it at that.
Awesome antiquarian bookman's in the house. Better late than never. And the Jammin' Jiminy Flip It.
Oh,
what's up,
Jiminy Flip It?
Buddy?
Welcome in. Check out his channel if you haven't already. Although I think everybody pretty much has. But
I would say so. Yeah.
So this past week,
actually, I think I watch his channel more than I watch ours.
I don't doubt that.
And he's on Instagram. It's always fun. I'm always on there. Oh, hold on. Delightful Dawn is in the house. Like always. Hey, Dawn.
So I had 196 offers that I can make to buyers.
They're on the same, little higher, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much about where it is all the time. Right. 52 of them were older offers. So that's pretty much staying right where it's about 20 to 30% are older items. Yeah. So eBay definitely does seem to be pushing the newer stuff.
Oh, Linda has a very important question.
Oh, well, not that I'm counting, but 59 weeks, 2 days. Now Notice how I looked down, acting like
I know.
like I could see that.
You've never paused that much in your life.
Like I could see the calendar from here.
True.
And then promoted 42 sales last week, which really, I thought I sold more than stuff than that. 20 of them were promoted. So we're at basically 50% promoted.
Wow.
Yeah. How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
Well, I was gone for the weekend. I had that huge haul from New Jersey, 100,000 pieces, 150 boxes, and we scattered it all over the warehouse because we're going to make room again. That was a good deal. I got another buy coming up in Washington. We talked about that, another 50,000 items. Buying toys daily. People are just coming in with old toys. It's, I love it. It's one of my favorite things to collect, toys and comics. And but again, I just got back from my trip to CGC, grading some comics, and it was not what I thought it would be. I thought we'd be able to tour the place. We drove there. It was like 30 minutes from our place we were staying at. And we drove up, and they said, there's like a security gate. You got to clear your name. We went to the side door, and they still have COVID rules. So they came out with a cart. I put the 15 comics on the cart, and they, logged them in and took them off, and that was it. So we were there about a minute, saw nothing.
You got a nice tan.
And I had to bring my friend down because he was certified to get them authenticated, and they didn't ID him. So I really could have done it myself and saved my, a little bit of money. But it was fun having him down there. We got a quick bite to eat before he flew back, and it made some fun out of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I am trying not to buy very much this year.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Got that cut. Random neighborhood kid cut my hair just before the show. So trying not to buy. Do you know why it's difficult for me not to buy?
Yes, we know too many people now. We've built up too many, relationships with buyers and sellers, and the word just spreads. So like, 10 years ago, you maybe had a few people you're dealing with on a regular basis. Now you're dealing with 10 or 20.
So a friend of mine that I haven't talked to for, 8 months, 9 months, just messaged me tonight. Hey, there's a online sale auction that's got comic books. Here's the link. Now, there wasn't really anything in there that I needed, but I thanked him for sending that to me. Another friend sent me a thing saying, hey, in 2 weeks, there's a book sale, and sent me the thing for the book sale.
Sucker.
So that's two different people that have reached out to me in one day.
Yeah.
Just because, again, as you said, we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I went to I think I had mentioned last week I was going to look at manuals.
Mm-hmm.
I went there. Turns out all they were Dell computer manuals, things like that. Nothing special whatsoever. Plus, like they've got the Windows recovery discs. I don't even know if you're allowed to sell that stuff anymore. At one point you couldn't, and it was like Windows 97. Yeah. And I just said, I said, nothing I can use, but thank you. She did have a really nice book set, but the problem is she thinks it's worth a lot of money because she's been told it is. I found one that sold for $175, but we're talking 25 books. We're talking 75 to 80 pounds worth of books. Well, I don't want to carry those. And what am I going to pay her if I can sell it for $175?
50 cents a pound.
Exactly.
Right.
And she's not going to want to sell to me for $20 for less than $1 a book. She's not going to want to do it, but I don't really want to put $100 into them because it's just not worth my time and throw my back out.
Exactly.
So I ended up going to the sale of the century, which is what they called this one, estate sale. I ended up, they had the Thursday sale, I think I'd mentioned, but it didn't start till noon. So I did not go on Thursday.
Right.
I went Friday because I was just up the road from my day job, bought a few things. They had a bunch of paper there, fairly high prices on the ephemera, but some okay stuff. Went Saturday, found a bunch of stuff that I hadn't seen the day before. Went back Sunday because it was half price day, and I bought some more stuff on Sunday. I spent a couple $100 on ephemera when I was there. Well, as I was checking out on Saturday, my phone rings. So I've got my stuff in my hands, trying to pay, balancing it, trying to hit the phone to turn off the ringer because it's like I can't answer the phone right now because I'm trying to hand them money and everything. So I finally get to my car. Well, a mutual friend of ours went on a house call and bought the magazines for this person.
Right.
And then said, oh, you can call my friend Dave. he might be interested in the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it was just down the road from where I was, like a 5 to 10 minute drive.
How convenient.
So I said, all right, I'll come down.
Yeah.
So my mother has passed. It's her library. All right. What do most people's libraries have in them? Danielle Steele, Clive Cussler. And I'm like, all right, I'm just up the road. I guess I'm going to go to it.
I was going to say Dust, but yeah, you're correct.
So I go to it. He was a nice guy. I talked to him for a couple minutes. He brings me downstairs. The newest book, there were probably 25 kids' books from 1970s. Otherwise, they're 1880s through 1920s books. He goes, we got 700 books. I want $500. I go,
sucker deal going on.
I
there.
go, all right. So I start looking through the books. I come upstairs. I'm talking for a couple minutes, and he goes, hey, your buddy was here. And I just remembered I've got some bins that I forgot to show him. I go, okay. So he goes and he pulls these bins out, and one bin is all filled with photographs. Another bin's got just, some of them have a few magazines in it. So nice stuff there in the bins. And he goes, you interested? I go, yeah, I'm interested. He goes, I said, what do you need? He goes, well, I don't know. I said, you wanted $500 on the books.
Yeah.
I said, I'll be honest with you. That's a good deal. It's a lot of work. I was going to try to beat you up on the books. Now you got these bins. I'm interested in the bins.
Yeah.
He goes, how about $500 for everything? I go, done deal. He goes, I'll box all the books for you. I said, can't argue with that. So I took the bins. I got to go down this coming week and pick up all the boxes of books. So if you come to my Whatnot auctions or my Facebook auctions or Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera over on Whatnot, 4:00 Monday on the Facebook, 4:00 Tuesday Eastern on the Whatnot, you will see a lot of books from the 1800s through the early 1900s because I don't have time to look them all up. I really don't.
You can pick up $28 items for $3 if you want to.
Yes, you can. And given that I'm paying 75 cents a piece, I'm quite happy to move. I would be very happy to move all 700 books at $3 a piece. Yeah. Yes, I would.
Absolutely.
Oh, and get this. They went through all of the books, bagged. 80 to 90% of them were bagged, individually bagged.
Wow.
And then they looked them all up and have prices on each of them. And I looked at the prices. They seem fairly reasonable, like a $15 book, a $25 book, a $100 book, a $7 book.
That's a lot of legwork.
They did a lot of work, but that'll save me a lot of time. And some of the common stuff going, okay, that's a $7 book. That's a $15 book.
Yeah.
I don't really have to do as much research either. So they did a lot of work on the stuff too.
Crazy.
So I ended up buying that, which I probably did not need to buy, but how do you not?
Yeah, I agree. Well, Mary bought $400 in books for $200. So the opposite of your deal. But
200 boxes.
Two. Holy crow. That's pretty good deal. Yeah, that's a lot of room you need for that.
Yes, you do. Wow.
Nice Novas in the house. How's it going?
In a $5 Amazon surplus store, trying something different, going to $2 and $1 days. Surprising what people, all the time. $50
Can't
items.
argue with that, yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
Don's not buying much this year.
Me neither.
No, we're 1 month already done this year, so
I'm not buying much either this year. I've only bought 1,400 items, 1,500 items this year, and blowing 2 months worth of buys out of the water, dollar-wise. So stuff comes in daily. Guy coming about 3 hours after I bought them, asking if I had seen some of the
bought
cards.
some stolen cards.
Oh.
Yeah. We have a law in Rochester called the second-hand law where I'm treated like a pawn dealer. So I have to have them sign things and stuff, and I have to submit them every day into a police database. So we've had a few times where I bought stolen cards and stuff, and I'm never going to get my money back, and then I got to go to court and all that jazz. But
the worst is, and this has happened to you any number of times, you'll have somebody coming in, and it turns out that like their nephew,
right,
or their son, or whatever.
That's sometimes not as bad because at least they generally don't want to have them arrested and press charges, and we'll work something out.
They buy them back. Basically, is what they do. Yep, exactly. But no, I'm saying, but that does happen. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to is if you press charges, you certainly can have them back. I'm not going to just hand them back to you on your say so.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All righty, couple of we're gonna head on into glitch of the week.
All right.
Stuff to sell.
True.
Probably not.
True.
So I sold something on eBay, which is stop the
Shocking,
presses.
shocking,
Stop the
yeah.
presses.
Shoot.
And I wanted to see what it looked like because I had to find it.
Okay.
So I literally sold it at, let's say, 8 o'clock this morning. And now it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, you can say hello.
I am going to say, Super Steve, how's it going?
So 8 o'clock in the morning, I sell the item. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and I want to find it. So I click on it to see the picture.
Yeah.
And it says, item has been removed or is not available. It ended 90 or more days ago.
That's great.
Yeah. As what am I, Rip Van Winkle? Have I really been sleeping that long? I mean, I know I took a nap, but geez. And regional rate boxes no more.
Yeah, it's sad.
So did you see what happened on Amazon the other day?
No.
I was going to print a label. Regional rate came up as an option on Amazon, which it never has.
Never had it. Yeah, never had it.
And it said $0.
Oh, a good deal.
I said, I'm going to ship everything out that way.
Yeah.
No shipping and ship everything out regional rate. Yeah.
Wow.
So they were obviously updating their shipping templates because the shipping prices did go up on Amazon, definitely. Then I had errors on Whatnot trying to print shipping labels.
Wow. I'm so flabbergasted by that one.
Then have you had this problem, Mr. Magazine? When I go in, it'll
This
say
Whatnot. No, not on Whatnot. I don't have problems there because they don't sell there. But go ahead.
So I go on and it'll say I've got 4 items that are bid on.
Right.
So I click on to see what the items are bid on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't load. It comes up and it says 4 items, but it doesn't load the items down below. You have to go 2 or 3 times into loading it before it finally shows the items on eBay that are bid on. So they're having all kinds of problems on that.
Lewis is having trouble finding stuff. I suggest you get Paperboy's address. You can find a lot of stuff here that may never get listed. That's just my opinion.
That's unless he's having a hard time finding the stuff that's sold.
Yeah,
that might be what he's saying there
too.
Yeah.
All right.
Another tip, because I had another glitch on eBay, don't just list an item and then walk away from the computer. Because what I usually do is I'm trying to get a couple of items listed before I start my day job. So I go and I click, submit listing, and then I walk away.
Yeah.
I came back like 10 minutes later, and that listing was still up with an error. And it was like the 4th or 5th item I was listing in the morning.
Right.
I said, what the heck's going on? It said one of the required fields is missing. I didn't have the weight in. I said, okay, I had the weight in the last 4 items I listed.
Right.
I didn't change anything.
Then it vanished.
And it vanished all of a sudden. So that was another problem over there. And then I had this was a doozy. So I listed an item in the entertainment theater.
Right.
Next item I listed was a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched over to magazine. It brought up all the item specifics. So I put in the magazine title, everything.
Right.
Then the item specifics switched back to the theater ones, but the category was still magazine. So
that's a glitch. I would call that a glitch.
Yeah. It was giving me the theater item specifics in the magazine category. You couldn't duplicate this stuff if you wanted to.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on. What did Dawn say? I didn't read her thing.
All right.
Promoter listings glitch. Choosing a rate in a campaign and eBay just promotes it whatever they want. The rate is lower than it's supposed to be. They're just trying to save you money.
Yeah, don't fight it. Just embrace it.
Embrace the glitch. No, geez.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's tough.
Yeah.
eBay kept asking for verification or stop my payments. I just got another email starting that. Oh, I've heard other people have started getting those too. Yep, some kind of a glitch on that. Remember how you had to send your ID and I had to send my ID?
Mm-hmm.
Site changes. eBay for Business emailed me. Remember to update your listings by February 22nd. They have new item specifics coming out in collectibles, figurines, parts and accessories, motorcycles, scooter and UTV, ATV, home and garden, candles and home fragrance, home decor, pillows, furniture, window treatments, and hardware. So more great item specifics coming your way. That won't affect us any. We don't. I don't think we sell anything in any of those. No,
I need some now, but I don't have any.
2 items already. That's.
I feel like that's happened to me. I'm always blaming my employees, so maybe it's an eBay issue.
That is a known issue where things have shown up.
Sometimes we'll do a search like an Gmail and it'll say, oh, you sold it 3 years ago or something. But if it doesn't come up in a search like we didn't sell it twice, maybe that's what happened with eBay.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
Yeah, no, that is a known problem. Yep.
Yeah,
They would correct
exactly.
it.
Don't
yeah.
hold your breath.
Oh,
It's going
that
around.
happened twice. Jeez. Site changes. I was trying to list an item today on Etsy and it wouldn't list. And it said, please fill out all required specifics or required things. Turns out now they are requiring you to fill out the return exchange section. They added it in late after I had listed,
Yeah.
I'd been listing on there for a year or something like that. So you didn't have to have it filled in.
Right.
Then it was optional at the bottom. Well, now they've made it where you have to have it filled in. But I don't have it filled in any of my back listings. So I'm wondering if I'm going to get errors when they go to relist things or not. Who knows?
Crazy.
Could be getting that. Oh, that would be nice.
It'd be excellent.
Do you see Shopify raised prices again?
I did not see that, but I'm sure they sent me something, and I just, it is what it is.
Well, you can get the old rates if you sign up and pay for a year's worth of Shopify at once.
Okay.
Then you can get the old rates for a year. So I went and did that. Another thing over here, and this is actually a positive one.
Thank you for telling me that after the fact. Can I still do that?
Yeah. You got till I think they're raising it in April.
Okay, we get that.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Whatnot is now telling you when you make a sale, which I did. 2 as a matter of fact. So there.
Wow. Big time.
If the person buying is a new buyer or not, which I think is a great feature. It'll tell me it's a new buyer. So I think that's a great thing over there. And then Flying Disc, if you're out there, Flying Disc contractor, reach out to me. You're supposed to email me. I guess now they've kind of changed how you can do things into the store and whatnot. Oh. So I will begin to do that as well.
He ought to know.
He's the one who told me about it and then never emailed me, but that's a whole nother story. Gonna head on into the item of the week. And this is something other that I picked up Friday at the sale of the century. Now, the sale was on from noon till 6 on Thursday, so it had been open for 6 hours. Mm-hmm. It opened at 9 o'clock on Friday.
Okay.
I got there a little after noon, so it had been open for 9 hours of shopping.
Okay.
I'm going to show you what I bought, and it was prominently featured upstairs, so it wasn't like I didn't dig and look behind something. It was right there. There was no way you could miss it.
Right.
I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to cover up the price, and I want to know what you would pay on this, Mr. Magazine.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
So this is a 1950s Superman costume.
Wow.
Official Superman costume.
I wish it were Batman.
With the pants. Got the pants in there as well. Got the cape.
Nice shape.
Yeah. Everything there with that.
Very cool.
What would you pay on something or other like this, Mr. Magazine? Now, this had been sitting there, and it's obviously 1950s by the logo and all that kind of thing.
I mean, without me knowing and researching
which I did not research.
I would think it'd be worth $200-300. I'd pay $100. Wow. You can't argue with that.
$30.
Wow.
And I can't believe this had been sitting there for 9 hours.
John Jones would pay $12 and Mr. Hot Wheels would pay $25.
So I got ripped off paying $30 on this. So we've learned always find a bigger sucker.
Yeah. See, no wonder I'm broke. I'm paying 100% of everything. Yeah, it got to be worth at least 100. So I'm willing to pay what it's worth at this point.
But yeah, this is for the 1950s.
Honestly, you should have worn it under that, and you could have unbuttoned it and done the Superman thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, because I can wear this size. But no, this is actually a very, very cool.
It is cool. Do you know what it's really worth? Have you looked at it yet?
Yeah, I looked it up. People are asking crazy on it. I think it's worth, with the pants and everything, about $150.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty neat little item.
I like the old logo.
Yeah, cool. It's really, really neat. But again, you just never know what you can find out there at the sales, because again, this had been sitting out there for 9 hours.
Got to find me a Batman one.
There you go.
Yeah.
So neat things you can find out there for sure. Yeah, and that's going right in my collection. I'm just going to put, even though I don't collect that, it's just neat enough that I said for the price I paid, I'll just put it in my collection. I don't need to sell that. Yeah, it was pretty neat item out there. So I wanted to show that to you. 1950s. Great little item.
Very cool.
Head on in. Oh, everybody's favorite thing. Insulting offer of the week. Actually, we didn't get that many this week.
Yeah, there was some close ones that kind of deserved it, but I just sent you the biggies.
Well, we only have 3 this week.
Wow.
Yeah. So
maybe that's why sales are up.
or maybe we're just accepting all the insulting offers. Mr. Magazine had a $680 carded Porsche Hot Wheel.
I remember that. Yep.
Now, what is it? 70s probably or 80s?
Late 70s, early 80s.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Yep.
And where did you get the price from?
We ran comps on other ones. Yeah, at Terra Peak. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a $700 car, $650 car thereabouts.
We usually go on the high end just because we're going to discount it on sale, take an offer, whatever, which we know that's going to happen.
So it's a $450 to $500 car every day of the week.
Yeah, sure.
Would that be higher than the $35 offer that you got?
Well, I should have responded and said, do you want one of the wheels for $30? Because we can accommodate that.
I had a $34 book, free shipping, and the gentleman offered me $10 for a $50 die cast. First ballot, band hammer.
Nice.
Yes, that is definitely a band hammer. I had a $34 book with free shipping. A gentleman offered me $5. I just band hammered him.
Yeah,
I don't have time for games.
It's fun. It's worth it.
But Mr. Magazine wins this week. He had, and this is a great one.
Thank you.
He had a Don Mattingly SP patch, which was Upper Deck SP patch autograph.
Yep.
20 limited to 25, if I remember, something like that.
Yep.
You were asking $104 on it.
Now the card's normally $200 to $300 because it is super rare, but I think the signature is a little light. But still, you can clearly see it's signed by Don Mattingly.
And it's
still a rare card, and it's a nice looking card.
And it's certified. I mean, by them.
And it's the guy keeps making these same. He's got to run out of offers by now.
Well, he raises his offer.
Okay.
He offered you $10.
No.
Then he offered you.
You couldn't shake his hand for $10.
Then he offered you $20, and you emailed me that. And I didn't really look at the email all that closely, but it said in there, band hammer them. Yes. And I did not see that.
Okay.
Then I saw it a little later in the day, but I was logged out of your site. So I said, I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the next day I came in to take care of it, and he made you a $22 offer because apparently you ignored his $20 offer.
Well,
so moving it up to a 22.
And that's insulting to Don Mattingly because he was number 23.
At least offer 23.
You go 23. Come on, that's ridiculous. It's really insulting.
I stopped accepting all offers and just send out offers when they put it on their watch list. I do get numerous insulting offers via messenger. Oh yeah, they definitely do that.
By hook or by crook, they're going to get through some one way or the other.
They have to insult you one way or the other. Customer issues. Mr. Magazine had a fun one. He sold a adult magazine over on Amazon. Is it Sherry or Cherry?
Cherry?
Yeah.
Either way.
Magazine. The person asked to cancel it. Their customer comments, my pervert kid bought this on my account.
What can you say about that? I mean, whether he's making up or not, man, you got to go with that.
So poor pervert kid doesn't get his magazine. Yeah. Sorry about that. If you're watching,
he should have still bought it and then teased him with it. Look what you can't have.
If you're watching this pervert kid, hit the like button. And you're not getting a magazine. Sorry about that. So I was selling an 8x10 publicity photo. You know how they put out for bands and all that?
Sure.
For Ned Dahl and the Dolladillions. You know, Ned Dahl and Dolladillions?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to have him, if he's around, we're going to have him be our band leader. Mm-hmm. I got an email from somebody. Who are you? And where did you get this photograph? And then I got a second email saying pretty much the same thing.
Paperboy?
I answered, I'm Paperboy. And I picked it up in a collection. Turns out it was one of their relatives, and they had no idea why I had it because they had a pile of them and they didn't know.
Oh, really?
It's a publicity photo. The point of it was to get out.
Right. Yeah.
But I did type, I'm Paperboy with about 12 M's.
So you can send an audio over.
They probably think there's something seriously wrong with me. I set up minimal offers, eBay eliminated 99% of my headaches. There you go. $5 offer. Adam West Batman issue life. Woo. Yeah.
I would have paid more than that, even though I have another one.
Yeah, $5 that's insulting. No doubt at all about that. Couple of other things. The Facebook sale did okay this past week. I think from watching the Facebook and the whatnot, I think my time for the sale of 4:00 is not the best time. I see more people starting to come by about 4:15 to 4:30, and 5:00 definitely does get a lot of people. That being
out
said,
of work probably, right?
getting out of work and whatever. That being said, getting up at 2:30 in the morning, I can't push the auction back much further. I just really can't. I mean, you could tell me I could double my sales to $4 on whatnot in a sale.
Yeah, because
I'm not going to stay up till
4
8
now.
o'clock.
If you pushed it to 5, I mean,
then
you're done an hour later because then
yep.
you got to do the packing after that. The show's an hour plus, right?
Yeah, I'd be completely exhausted. Yep. Offered a $25 card for 18. He counted with 10. I rejected. Then he offered me 20, so I accepted.
Yeah,
every once in a while, they like to play games.
Yep.
Every once in a while, they like to play games.
Testing the waters.
Our headache customers, a lot of times they are. A lot of times
you can tell by the questions they ask ahead of time too.
Yep. Did note that the shipping's increased on Amazon. The media mail is up 16 cents. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Shopify's still cheap.
Oh, is it?
Like padded flat rate's like 8 something.
Oh my God. I went on because when I sell stuff on the Facebook auction, I do the shipping through PayPal.
Yeah.
Some of those priority prices are dirt cheap. You can send like 8 pounds to New York State for like $8.45.
Yeah, they haven't updated certain things, I'm sure.
I'm like, okay. I mean, so I double check to make sure my measurements are right, my weight is right. I'm like, if you're selling it to me for $8.45, there are times when it's like 12 cents more expensive than media mail. I'm like, I'll send them to a priority. Why not?
Yeah.
So messaged me this morning asking for video and more photos in the same lighting of a restaurant menu. Did it in crickets. Those are the worst.
Yeah, don't fall for that. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Those are the worst. Yep. Couple of other quick things. Oh, I remember at the beginning of the year, I had mentioned that I have 12, I think it is, cards for the 1954 top set that I needed.
Right. Yeah.
And the only good card that I needed was Ted Williams card number 250. And if I hit a certain sales number, I fell $23 short last week of having what I needed. I said, good enough for government work. I'm buying it.
There you go.
What do you think a PSA 3 1954 tops, last card in the set, number 250, Ted Williams, goes for?
Is this the orange background or are they both?
It's not the orange. It's the other one. It's the yellow one.
Did he have the yellow one too? I don't know now because
it was a 3.
Okay, the one he had was a Ted Williams 54. It was a 2, and I want to say it went for 2 to 250, but that might not be the rare one, so I could be off on that.
$300 for the 250 for a 3.
Yeah.
I said, you know something? I missed my sales by $27. I'll just buy that card because it's my best week I've had in a long time. It's the only big card I need for it. I can fill in the rest of the cards at some point. So I went to pay, and have you bought an expensive card on eBay lately?
No, I don't really buy cards. Yeah.
It says you can save sales tax. Put this in the eBay vault.
Oh, God.
Do you want it delivered to you, or do you want it in our vault? And I'm like, I'm a collector. I want the whole set together. I want to look at it. I want to hold it. I want the set. No, I don't want it sitting in your vault somewhere.
You can enjoy it. I mean, even if you're not putting it on the wall, but still, you don't want it. You have it in your room.
Yeah. Well, when I put the whole set together, I want it sitting right there.
What kind of? So I think we talked about this a while ago when we first knew about this. People doing that have to be investors.
Yes.
Where they don't want it. They never wanted it. They want to invest in it. Wait till it goes up, sell it, and then eBay ships it. So I'm sure they're saving money back and forth with shipping and whatnot.
Or eBay sells it to you. You want to keep it in the vault, and they just transfer ownership within their ledger. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. But I'd never bought an expensive card before where I got that opportunity.
Do they do that with comics? I would never do that with a comic. I mean, that's something
they have not yet, but they will at some point.
I don't know why anyone would.
I've got a postcard of a high school marching band. Got a message. If I knew the names of the band members, thought their dead uncle might be in the pick. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I guess the other side of that is if the names are on the back, you're going to show the back anyway. So, no, I really don't.
Hey, Powerful Paul's in the house. How's it going? I just got back, though, so forgive me. It's this weekend. We're coming Sunday, right? Just confirm that, and I'll have stuff ready for you for sure.
And one other quick thing, and I do want to. We don't do this often enough. Jump to the top there.
Zuper Zemergi. Did I say that right? You are Zuper.
Thanks for all you do. I appreciate your information. Usually watch the recording. Remember to hit the like button. Oh, thank you very much. We definitely do appreciate that. Definitely do.
Absolutely, yeah.
It does help tremendously. And it's funny because I was just going to thank everybody. We do have Amazon links in all of our videos, and we don't talk about them much, but we do notice when you purchase something through it, and definitely want to thank you for that as well. And again, thank you for that.
We should do that though. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like $1 million peddler's vault, and people can send us their stuff, and we can store.
And I can store it in the box. All the empty room that I have.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I would say minimum value has to be like $100. We're not going to put $5 items in our vault. We got to put a standard.
Oh, good. I can get rid of most of my stuff.
Yeah,
I sell it on Whatnot, and we're all good.
Good stuff.
Non-physical gold. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I don't get it.
All right, we're not a political show, but this is what I've always thought, and you got me thinking about this, John. And hopefully, this doesn't negatively trigger the algorithm. I laugh really hard when I hear the people pushing the gold, and they're talking about how you want the gold as a hedge against inflation, because I want you to stop and listen to what I'm saying here. Money is more or less worthless because inflation is eating up its value. It's not going to hold its value. You don't want to have money. Right. You want to have gold. And I will sell you this great gold for money.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, well, wait a minute. Why are you selling me gold for money if this money you just told me is worthless? Something's not quite adding up there.
Nice. 80K. We're going to hit 100. We'll get you at 100 very soon.
We now return to the non-political area. All right. We're going to hit our main topic here in a minute. Right?
Not enough.
Bulk lots versus built lots or cherry picking. Pros and cons. Which one do you like? Why and when, Mr. Magazine?
I do like already set up and sorted in order and bagged and boarded or whatever and whatnot. But and I will pay more, and I have paid more for collections like that 45 RPM collection. It was all in order, all coded, and I think Inkfrog put it up on eBay, whatever. But for me, I like the bulk deals better for many reasons. You're going to get a better price.
Yes.
But I just love going through this stuff. Like the Jersey deal came in, it's all over the warehouse, and now I got to spend. It forces me to spend more time at the warehouse now. So I get there earlier, stay later, whatever. But I love going through the boxes, sorting stuff out, and because when I buy these deals, I don't really look through this stuff. I mean, they'll send me pictures, but what can you really see? 150 boxes, 100,000 items. It's impossible. So then I get this, I'm like, wow, this is cool. Reiterating, it's a really good deal. A lot of good stuff. So, get the blood flowing that way, So I love the big score, the big, truck collections that, it involves a 27-foot Penske or an 18-wheeler and, and I'll find room to, store it.
Well, it got me thinking of this because I started looking through the gentleman's books, and it was an odd situation because he did have the 700 books. Yeah. He had prices on them. So it isn't that, I guess the question I have is he wanted $500. It's not like I could go through and pick out, this book has a $100 price on it. I'll give him 75 cents for this, and I'll give him 75. Obviously that wouldn't happen.
Right.
Would I have been better off? Say we talked and he said $5 a book.
Yeah.
Or $500 for all of them.
Right.
Would I have been better off picking 50 books out of there? Probably not, because you get down to it. Yeah, you're taking the best 50,
but you're paying
$250 versus another $250. You get the rest of it.
Right.
And no offense to the gentleman, he's not a book dealer. He looked these books up as best he could. He may have found a book that the first print might be really good, and he listed it at the common price because there were a lot of common ones on there.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of thing. Who even knows? And obviously, I'm not going to go through every single book standing there and be, $5 first. At some point, you're just like, I'm buying enough of them. I'll just take it all. And it's a great way to learn more when you buy the bulk lots.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because you're taking the stuff that you don't know, and then you're researching it, and then all of a sudden you find some more good stuff out of there.
Yeah. I mean, the Jersey deal, there's magazines, dozens and dozens. I've never had them before. So I know they're good, and like you said, it forces you to learn more about them, see what they're worth and so forth. Yeah.
But there's the third kind of deal, and this was the kind of deal that I used to do, and I know I've talked to Mr. Magazine about this in the past. Oh,
Nice and new to you. It's in the house. How's it going?
shot a video today new to you that I'll tell about, but I mentioned your name in it, so it'll be coming out in a week or so, but I'll tell you why in a minute. So there was a local guy that I used to deal with, and he used to pull boxes out, and are you interested in this? You interested in this? And they were all good deals. You know, he would have 5 magazines and he goes $10 on them, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I can make money on that. I can make money on that. And then you get home and you realize you spent $750 on 4 boxes of things.
Yeah, 2 here, 3 here, 5
but
there.
every single deal in there was a good deal.
Right.
But then you look and you go, I paid almost $200 a box. What am I doing if I bought these bulk?
Well, you're paying for quality more than quantity.
Yeah, but you end up paying more that way, I think, a lot of times.
Well, another problem with that is, though, you can't really pick one or the other, because if you're picking the organized, sorted, and order curated lots, it doesn't happen all the time. They're not out there very often. It's not like they're there every week. The bulk ones are the ones that are there plentiful for you. You can take advantage of, make more money on. You know, you just need room for them, you know. But you can't do one or the other. You got to take the bulk stuff, and when those other deals come along, then it's your option to do it, you know.
Right. And Kelly says she's moved into wanting the better stuff as opposed to the big bulk lots. I would say that the best time to cherry pick, well, there's 2 good times to cherry pick. One time is when you're somewhere and the people's prices are outrageous.
Yeah.
I want $10 a book. Okay. I'll take this book that I know is worth 100 and this book that I know is worth 100. I'll take these 2, the 2 best books that I know.
That's all she wrote.
For $20 and I'm out of here because we're not even close.
Right.
There's no way I can work out a bulk deal on you because we're not even close. The other time where I think it's best to cherry pick is on common stuff that there happens to be a good issue or 2 from. And I'll just use Sports Illustrated as a perfect example.
Yeah.
You've got 75 Sports Illustrateds from the 1970s and you want $1 a piece. And you got the Seabiscuit, or not a Secretariat in there. You got the Secretariat in there.
Prefontaine.
And Prefontaine in there. Yeah. I'm buying those 2 for $1 a piece.
Franco Harris, he's selling for a lot of money.
Does he know?
Yeah.
That's good enough. There you go, Bolo. Right. I'm buying those three at $1 a piece. Yeah. And you can have the rest of them sit there and somebody else that comes through will say, oh, Buffalo Bills cover, I want to buy it. Or a Red Sox cover, I want to buy it. Great. Yeah. But in those cases, I'm going to cherry pick.
And hold on to the Chiefs one when they won in the 70s when Len Doss on the cover. Because if they win the Super Bowl again, it always spikes and goes for over $100. So definitely hold on to that for a couple weeks.
That's a $50 to $70 book magazine regularly. Yeah. Yep. Even when they don't win. Yep. Because I picked that up at the comic show a couple of comic shows ago, believe it or not.
Got a lot of people liking the bulk.
One off buying. Yep. I buy a bulk at a cheaper price. Enjoy going through boxes. Yep.
I like
bulk.
Yeah.
Bulk seems to be winning. Yeah. Seller didn't go through them completely. I found some incredible finds. Yep. Yep. Need less knowledge to buy in bulk. The opportunities to buy are more frequent. That is true. Yep. Cherry picking and I end up with bulk. There you go. Yeah. You still need a keen eye to buy in bulk. 99% of the time, I will absolutely agree with you. There are exceptions when it is just what I call a stupid deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take Sports Illustrated as an example. I come in and you got 500 Sports Illustrateds and you said, I want these gone, $10.
Yeah.
And those things happen.
Yeah.
People want the stuff gone.
True.
I'll give the perfect example. And I didn't want this, but when I went over to the book buy, the gentleman goes, oh, your friend passed on these magazines. And there was a box of Etude magazines. And he goes, he didn't want these either. And it was a box of newspapers. And I looked through the newspapers. There were a couple of Kennedy newspapers in there, but otherwise they were World Trade Center, Challenger, things like that. Nothing too good in there. And I said, I'll be honest with you, I really can't use these. He goes, what if they were free? I go, then I guess I could use them.
Yeah,
I guess I could use them if they're free.
He needs the room, and that's all that matters. He needs the room.
So there are people that just want the stuff gone.
Right.
They just want the stuff gone. So I got those for free. Big deal.
I bought a magazine collection today from an older gentleman, and he had Rolling Stones, like 300-400 of them from the 70s and 80s. And then he had, some Cream and stuff like that. But then he had Smithsonian. Then he had some other Condé Nast or whatever that one that was in. It was, and I probably could have got them for free. But then, the Rolling Stones were taking up room in my shop. I got to bring them to the warehouse. So I told him to donate them somewhere or something. I just had to pay. I could have gone for free. Just didn't want to waste the room because we'd never sell them.
That is true. Well, are you in the market to buy etudes? I can give you a good deal on etude and packing material newspapers.
You can use them both etudes for that too.
The competition sucks. Skip so much stuff. Yeah. See, and there's positives to both sides of it. Buying in bulk is fun. But the other problem that I have a lot of times is, especially like this year, I'm going to the Allentown Paper Show twice. I'm going to Springfield Flea Market twice. And those are 6-8 hour drives.
Yeah.
I've only got so much room in my vehicle.
You need to upgrade. Yeah.
Well, right now with my whatnot sales, I can almost buy a diecast truck.
Take random neighborhood kids' vehicle. You can get one of those closing cabs for the back, and then you're golden.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, that's the other advantage of buying it all. The disadvantage of buying it all is you do get a lot of stuff that's junk, and that is the disadvantage of it.
Not at first. It doesn't seem like, as time goes on, you get more deals, you get smarter. Then it turns into junk. You know what I mean? Like this little stuff we bought years ago, I still have. I end up throwing them out sometimes. Just no room for it.
So there's no right or wrong answer. And there's, obviously certain bulk deals you just got to turn down as well. Especially take me, for example. I've got the house. I don't have a lot of room. You could come to me and tell me I've got, 500,000 comic books and I'm like, yeah, that's great. How am I getting them here? And where am I putting them at? Now obviously if they're all golden age, different story, I'll figure it out. Right. But if you're dealing, you got 1990s, 2000s comic books and the price is super cheap, but $10 a long and I got 5,000 longs and I don't want to put $50,000 into it, even though that's probably a hell of a deal.
Right, exactly right.
Because too much work for me in that case, even though you're buying in bulk, even if the guy said, look, I bought all these things and put them away 10 years ago and haven't looked at them since, there's going to be some great books in there. For sure. But in that point, I'd be like, how about I give you $50 a box and I build boxes?
Right. Yeah.
That would be a time when you definitely want to cherry pick because it's too big of a deal to be able to handle.
Circus might be okay.
Magic are suckers.
Hit and miss, yeah.
I have been at auctions before and bought Magic ones from the 50s and 60s.
Too. Yeah, slow movers.
And said, oh, these are really, really good. And I've still got some of them.
Yeah.
Cherry picking at card show was my first one. Lots of 90s cards in dollar boxes worth 10 to.
Oh, wow, very cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I tend to buy everything. It was from a person directly because I want them to come back and I don't want to take up too much of their time, but all depends. Yeah. No, you're definitely right on that too. When you go to shows, take a few boxes, tape with you, ship your stuff.
Definitely save some money. Yeah, there you go.
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. Stop vending at postcard shows, make more money cherry picking the other dealers for cards to flip.
Nice. Yeah, whatever works.
And these junk here, tons are made. Woo.
There's some sleepers in there for sure. They had some inserts, parallel cards, and a few decent rookies.
Nice.
All right.
RPPCs, I gave 70 the past 2 days. Thanks for that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You can send me stuff, John. I'm willing to accept card. I could probably have gotten $3 each on whatnot for those postcards. Just letting you know. Not trying to brag or anything, but I could have. All right, we're going to head on over into Rambling Story of the Week.
Okay.
So I am retiring in 59 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting? And I had an audit years ago, and I had done the gentleman's audit a couple of years in a row, a nice guy. And I had scheduled him for like the third or fourth year in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always there, no problems whatsoever.
Yep.
And I got an 8:00 audit with him. And I show up about 7:45 because I'm always a little bit early. And I pull in and I go up and I knock on his door. And his door, it's summertime. So his inside door is wide open and he's got a screen door. And all of a sudden, this dog comes running at the door. I'm like, oh, geez, and jumping on the door. And I see the door starting to open. So I put my foot there holding the door closed. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I'm knocking on the door. I'm ringing the doorbell. And this dog is inside. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? So I call the guy. No answer. I'm like, okay. Maybe he went for a walk. I don't know where he is because his door is wide open.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
It's 7:45 in the morning. His door's open. It's got to be somewhere. So I call him and I wait around. I'm a few minutes early. I wait around till about 5 after 8. Well, meanwhile, this entire time I got my foot holding the door because the dog is sitting there inside. I'm like, so finally get to about 5 after 8 and I say, I've got to get out of here. How am I going to leave? Because if I walk away, the dog's going to knock the door open and come after me.
Right.
I'm like, what am I going to do? Well, finally the dog, there was a noise in the backyard or something. So the dog like turned and moved. Second he moved, I'm like, I did the fast walk, like the Benny Hill walk to my car, and I got out of there. And I go, that was really, really odd. So I called the guy a little later today, left a message. Nothing whatsoever. I get a call back from him the next day. Hey, my policy canceled. I need to get a final audit done. We need to get this all taken care of. Can you come out? I go, yeah, no problem whatsoever. He goes, I'm not at the house. I go, okay. I'm at the psych ward.
Okay.
Right. I go, he goes, but I've got my records with me.
Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode about this when the auditor was crazy? The auditor was crazy. Yeah. George was dating her or something because she could do Jerry's taxes or something. I forgot what it was.
So we finally work out a time. Well, he calls me that morning like 3 times to make sure that I'm making it. Are you going to come? Gives me all these directions on where to park, where to come in, where to do this, do that. It's actually harder than you'd think to get into a psych ward. I would think it'd be easy to get in.
I would. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I finally come in and I get to the front desk and I say, I'm here. And she goes, you must be the auditor. He must have bothered that lady 50 times asking if I was there or not. And crazy. I'm like, yeah, I am. So then he comes up, walks me back to his room in the psych ward. And I'm sitting there doing the audit, sitting in the middle of the psych ward going, oh boy. Wow. Oh boy. That was one of the, and I hesitate to use this word, and I mean no disrespect, one of the craziest situations that I've ever been in. Never saw the gentleman again after that. Probably didn't start his business back up or something other like that. When I retire, the state will be hiring, and you too can join the state, become an auditor, and have great stories like this to share.
You can write a book. There's so many stories. It's crazy.
They really
Triple
are.
J's right.
But all righty. Looks like everybody got quiet. Everybody, that story stunned everybody. They don't know what to say.
Well, this is what Triple J's got to say.
Mailman level dog stories. Oh yeah, always dogs out there. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah. Imagine dogs at a flop house. That's a story.
I'm sure they would have been well treated at the flop house. Oh, I was going to mention, check these out, and then I'll mention something before we leave. Sometimes I think some eBay buyers need to psych more. There you go. There you go. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Mr. Magazine just found out about this about 2 weeks ago. He figured it out on his own. He was like Sherlock Holmes.
I forgot about it too, apparently.
Mrs. Papergoy has been in the Philippines since the week before Thanksgiving. So I had Random Neighborhood Kid shoot a video of the house the day she left. I just had Random Neighborhood Kid shoot a video today because she's coming back tomorrow of the way the house is. Now, you saw the house before and you see it now.
Yep.
You only see this floor. You didn't see the basement or the attic. You're going to see the whole house and the way things were. If you could assign a letter grade to how I've done cleaning up overall, what letter grade would you give me?
B+.
Okay. And that's roughly where I ended up putting myself at.
Unless we go into like another room.
No, it's not
just
like
wall-to-wall boxes. Like
it's not like that old cartoon where you open the closet,
bricks,
57,000 things fall down. No, it's not like that. No, I did not do that. Oh, get the last box in and we're good. So I shot a before video and I shot an after video. I will, Random Neighborhood Kid has to render the video that we shot today. And we will be putting the one video up next Monday as a bonus video, the before video. And then Tuesday will be the after video. You can see the progress that I made, and you can get a good look at the amount of inventory I have and how much progress I made. I think she'd have to stay in the Philippines for about another 6 months.
I'm wondering if it's an optical illusion, like with a bunch of these around the house, just like Copperfield when he had that plane disappear.
D minus and hasn't even seen it.
There could be some mirrors around here, and yeah, who knows? You know, maybe I can walk in and trip over air. It's like a boxer, I just can't see it.
Yes, that's what I spent all my time doing. I can make the Empire State Building and all these boxes disappear. That was my whole time learning illusions.
You never know. Then you'd be in a psych ward.
But yeah, so we will be posting those videos. Should be really interesting, and I think you'll be amazed at the before. And it's not perfect at this point. There's still work to be done, but I think I definitely have made a lot of strides on it. Certainly have. So it should be a good thing. My condolences. Yes. Trust me. She gets that regularly for some reason. I don't know why. No idea at all. She gets to hear me walking around all day long saying, I'm paper going. I mean,
exactly.
It could be better than that.
Ooh, champagne and roses. Yeah, that can't hurt. Yeah.
That is true.
That's her opinion. That's right.
That's true. That is true. She may not even give me a D minus. I may just flunk right off the bat. But do hit the like button if you could down below. We're going to get those videos up. So Monday is the before. Tuesday will be the after. That should be a lot of fun. Stop on by Monday. Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera for the Facebook auction. And Mr. Magazine can attest. I give good buys over on Whatnot. Yeah. And I will be part of Paper Palooza coming up in a couple of weeks. I've got to get that all set up as well. Got some bins that I picked up at that house, so it'll be some really good fresh stuff in those the upcoming Whatnot auctions. Should be a lot of fun. And thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for the super chat. Yep. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.